Hey everyone, and welcome to the Modicare channel. Today we're going to tackle a really fun and kind of tricky language challenge. It's one of those phrases that seems simple in English but can really trip you up when you try to translate it. We're diving into the English idiom a handful. I mean, it sounds easy enough, right? But translating idioms, well, that's where language learning gets super interesting. So let's break down exactly how you say this in Indonesian so you can start using it like you really know what you're doing.
So think about it for a second. You probably use the phrase a handful all the time without even thinking. But how would you actually say it in Indonesian? It's not a simple one-to-one translation. In fact, as we're about to see, this one little English phrase actually splits into two totally different ideas in Indonesian.
Okay, so the first meaning is the one that's most literal. It's all about quantity. When you mean a small amount of something. Indonesian captures this perfectly with the phrase jumlah sedikit. The source gives us this great definition right here. Digunakan untuk menyebutkan sesuatu yang hanya berjumlah kecil. So, what does that mean? It basically translates to used to mention something that is only small in number. The two key words you really gotta lock in are jumlah, which means amount, and sedikit, for small or few. See? Pretty straightforward. Now, let's see it in a real sentence. In English, you might say, only a handful of people came to the meeting. In Indonesian, that becomes, hanya segelintir orang yang datang ke pertemuan itu. That word, segelintir, that's the magic word right there. It just perfectly captures that idea of a small group, just a sprinkle of people. It's a fantastic equivalent.
All right, but what happens when a handful has absolutely nothing to do with numbers? Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The second meaning is all about behavior. It's for describing someone or something that's just difficult to manage. And for this, the key Indonesian phrase you need is sulit diatur.
So the definition we have is sesuatu atau seseorang yang sulit dikendalikan atau diatur, which means something or someone that is difficult to control or manage. The source points out this is perfect for describing, super energetic kids, pets that just won't listen, or even a tricky situation. I think we can all picture exactly what that means. Check out this example. In English, we'd say, that little kid is really a handful. The Indonesian translation just nails it. Anak kecil itu benar-benar sulit diatur. You see? There's no mention of a hand, no mention of a number. Sulit diatur directly tells you the feeling of being difficult to manage. This is such a perfect example of translating the meaning behind the words, not just the words themselves. So, we've seen the two completely different meanings. Now let's pull it all together into a little vocabulary toolkit for you, so you have the key phrases ready to go whenever you need them.
All right, let's do a quick fire review. So, for a small amount, you can use segelintir or the phrase jumlah sedikit. Got it? Now, for describing someone who is difficult to manage, your go-to phrase is sulit diatur. And it's also good to remember that dikendalikan means to be controlled. These are really the only terms you need to master this idiom.
And just like that, you've unlocked a pretty tricky idiom. So the next time you want to say a handful, you'll know exactly which Indonesian phrase to grab depending on what you're actually trying to say. You've totally moved beyond just a simple word-for-word translation to a much, much deeper understanding. Great job! And that's our deep dive for today. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
How many other simple phrases that we use every day are hiding that same kind of complexity? Thanks so much for watching the MotoCare channel, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.